The FarStar Company Publishers presents Coffee and Blood, Love Letters Between the Dead, Book 2 of 5, Part 2. A man must have his women to love without limits, or he dies. Notes from my grave. And I could not die. And then, they started peeling off my muscles from the top down. And I couldn't scream anymore. As my eyeballs were popped from their sockets to hang floating around me, the muscles were torn off my bones, the sinews holding for as long as they could, and then they just snapped. And I could not die. And they pulled the muscles down. My organs floated inside of my ribcage, unable to drift away. And I could not die. Pulling the muscles, the veins, the sinews down, I could feel every snap, every twitch, as muscle separated from bone. I could count each moment. I could see the individual seconds of time heading towards me. I could watch as the second stopped in front of my floating eyeballs. I could watch as the moment, passed me by. And another vein popped. Another bit of flesh gave up the battle to hang on to the bone that had been its home. And I could not die. I could not leave my own body, even though it was being turned over and opened, peeled like a banana, popped like a grape. Somehow, and I had a lot of time to think about all of this, to think as my body was being stripped down from me. So I guess I am not my body after all, and I still could not die. And then they continued the process. They started with the now bare skull and peeled it open and back, and they rolled the splinters of bone back and down and down and down. I never blacked out. I never lost consciousness. But there are some things that even I cannot talk about. The lie, that is love. The horror, that is hope. And what the ghost did to me next. Even if I tried, I doubt I could find words to describe what happened next, but somehow they put me back together, from the inside out. They had opened me up from the top down, and now they were putting me back together from the inside out. I will not tell you how they did that. But I still could not die. I cannot die now, but for different reasons. But now, I can scream. And you wonder why you cannot scare me? And you can ask me how I can hate God? Hate does not begin to tell my story, and you honestly don't want to hear it. From the diaries of Jefferson, Milton, Davis. The FarStar Company Publishers presents Coffee and Blood, Love Letters Between the Dead, Book 2 of 5, Part 2. A man must have his women to love without limits, or he dies.